In 1945, humanity crossed a threshold. We split the atom. We became the masters of a force we barely understood. And for 80 years, that power defined everything. Who ruled, who submitted, who survived. Now there's a new threshold. A power that makes the atom look primitive. Incomprehensible power. Drawn from the fabric of reality. To defy physics as we know it. Whoever masters this doesn't just win a war, they inherit the cosmos. For 80 years, this technology has been here, watching, waiting, and the race to harness it has already begun. Let's be clear about something before we go further. This isn't speculation. This isn't conspiracy. This is congressional testimony under oath and captured footage from the most advanced DoD targeting sensors on the planet. Pentagon reports to Congress. Intelligence community assessments declassified and published. Your government has already told you. Unidentified aerial phenomena are real. They routinely violate restricted airspace with impunity. They represent a threat to national security. The question of whether they exist is closed. The only question left is how. Hypersonic velocities, Mach 20, Mach 40, with no sonic boom, no shockwave, no heat signature. Instantaneous direction changes at forces that would liquefy a human pilot. Thousands of Gs. No deceleration curve. Air to water without slowing down. As if the medium doesn't matter. As if friction doesn't apply. No engines. No control surfaces. No exhaust. Nothing we build looks like this. Nothing we understand moves like this. Which leaves us with two possibilities. Either physics is broken, or we're missing something fundamental about energy. Dr. Eric Davis has spent decades inside the defense establishment studying these craft. His analysis of their performance characteristics led to a single staggering conclusion. 1,100 billion watts. 1.1 terawatts. That's the power output implied by what these craft do. For context, that's 100 times the daily electrical output of the entire United States. Every power plant, every solar panel, every turbine, multiplied by 100. Contained in something the size of a school bus. A lightning bolt carries roughly 300 million volts. These craft are estimated to generate or draw 12 billion volts to perform their maneuvers. 40 times more powerful than lightning. Sustained, controlled, no visible source. So where does it come from? Vacuum energy, 0-point energy, quantum entanglement. The energy isn't stored, it isn't carried. It's drawn directly from the fabric of space-time itself. And the mechanism that makes this possible has been visible in every photograph we've ever taken. You've seen photographs like this your entire life. Blurry, indistinct, convenient, the skeptics said, always just out of focus. As if the aliens knew exactly when to hide. What if they weren't hiding? What if we were looking through something? In 1994, physicist Miguel Alcubierre proposed a theoretical model for faster-than-light travel. Not by breaking the speed limit, by bending the road. A warp bubble, a localized distortion in space-time itself. The craft doesn't move through space. Space moves around the craft. Inside the bubble, the craft is stationary. Outside, the universe rearranges itself. No G-forces, no sonic boom, no heat signature. The medium, air, water, vacuum, doesn't matter because the craft never touches it. And light, radar, the photons from your camera? They're not photographing a craft. They're photographing a craft through a space-time barrier. The blur isn't failure. The blur is the fingerprint of the field. For 80 years, the evidence was in plain sight. We just didn't know what we were looking at. Now we do. Upgraded sensors can image the shape of the field itself, the structure of the warp. We're not seeing propulsion, we're seeing engineering. And every major power on Earth knows it. December 1942, a squash court beneath a football stadium in Chicago. Enrico Fermi initiates the first controlled nuclear chain reaction. Fission becomes real. The atom is unlocked. 3 years later, Trinity. The bomb that ended one war and started another. A Cold War defined by who controlled the atom. 125,000 people. Secret cities built from nothing. $2 billion in 1940s money. The most ambitious weapons program in human history, all to harness a single principle of physics before the enemy could. The atom reshaped everything: energy, warfare, geopolitics. The entire post-war order flowed from one breakthrough, achieved in secret, under pressure. That was fission. This is spacetime, and the race to crack it has already begun. The reverse engineering effort didn't start last year. It didn't start last decade. It's been running for generations. In 2023, David Grush, a decorated intelligence officer with direct access to classified programs, testified under oath before Congress. Non-human origin. Intact and partially intact craft. Multi-decade crash retrieval program. Biologics recovered. Not speculation, not belief. Testimony from inside the program, delivered under penalty of perjury. The work is scattered across private contractors, shielded from congressional oversight, buried in compartments so deep that even presidents have been denied access. Somewhere right now, in a facility you'll never see, staffed by people who don't officially exist, engineers are trying to unlock the same physics that power these craft. But they're not working alone, and they're not the only ones. The Soviet Union reportedly recovers a craft in the Caucasus. 4 bodies. Directed energy discharge at the recovery site. The program survived the fall of the empire. China has invested billions in quantum communication, directed energy, exotic propulsion. Technologies that only make sense if you're building towards something specific. 3 superpowers. 3 parallel programs. 1 finish line. The New Manhattan Project isn't American, it's human. And it's the most consequential race in history. Here's what's at stake. Whoever cracks this first gains unlimited clean energy. Not fusion in 30 years. Not solar at scale. Energy drawn directly from the vacuum of space. Infinite. Portable. Free. Propulsion that makes every existing vehicle a relic. No fuel, no emissions, no limits. Weapons and defense systems that operate outside the physics our adversaries understand. The country that gets there first doesn't just win a war. They dictate the terms of the next century. Energy policy, trade, territory, the rules of civilization itself. But here's what we also know. This technology didn't come from Moscow. It didn't come from Beijing. It didn't come from Washington. It came from somewhere else. From an intelligence that solved these problems before we knew they were problems. The blueprint exists. It's been flying over our heads for 80 years. The original Manhattan Project took 3 years to split the atom. The New Manhattan Project has been running for 8 decades. The only question left: who gets there first? Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to see more videos like this.